Do-dee-da-ba-ba, la la. Hey there, welcome to the third video in this video series that I've been creating around recovering from victimhood. It's about a lot more than that, but those are the words that I use in the title, so I'm being consistent. Okay. So in this video, I'm actually going to just show you all exactly what I do to work directly with the energy or the pattern itself that's underneath what we're calling victimhood, the spell of victimhood, and all the trauma, ghosty, gnarly stuff that's wrapped up inside of that. So instead of running in circles over and over again, saying the same story about all the ways that I've been harmed or all the ways that I've been disrespected, I've been invisibilized, I've been dismissed, I'm staying in the cognitive, like intellectual space of trying to make sense of it all, trying to find conceptual frameworks that are comforting or useful to me. We're not doing that. All that stuff has its place, but for a lot of us it can create a lot of stuckness. So underneath all the things that we're labeling with our thoughts and our words and our concepts, it's underneath it, it's sensation, it's energy, it's livingness. It's many other different beings, not just me as an individual human. So we're going to work directly. We're going to bypass all that other kind of distracting mess and get right to the heart of what we can feel into directly. And so I guess, the best way to describe this practice is maybe like ritual creative expression. If you have joined us for Play and Pray before, or maybe you've taken some of the other classes that I've taught, or me and Dare have taught, you might be familiar with this idea. But basically, we are going to use whatever creative roads or pathways are available to us in order to play, dance with, and counter these energy patterns or these other beings. Who knows what we'll find. So that could mean you actually don't need anything except your body. You could use a sound to facilitate that process. You could use movement to facilitate that process. You could use stillness to facilitate that process. But you could also use things like paper, markers, pen, paints, poetry, other kinds of music makers, and I have a couple of other friends here who might join me in this process. Maybe not. Because the main thing that defines, or in this moment, what feels important to say about this process that's different than just like a lot of other creative processes is that we cannot predict exactly what our system is going to need, or what the field that we're a part of and talking to is going to need in order to just do the next thing it needs to do, whether that's die, be born, grow, shed, tonify, you know, whatever it is. So I don't have a plan, but I have an exquisite form of listening that I've developed over many years at this point that allows me to deepen into a very open state. Very open state where I can start to sense different possibilities, and I can use my own sense of an inner compass to bring me to the next right thing for my system, for the field, things that I'm feeling guided toward in a way that feels right. And that rightness is a kind of bone deep rightness. And there's not a perfect way to do that. I still have tons of, you know, conditioning and things that can make it difficult to pick up on things, and so it's not about perfection. But this is by far the most effective kind of work that I've come across. It's also super fun, even inside of material that can be very painful. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is an overall check-in. How am I feeling? What does my system need in order to participate well inside of this session? Orienting is feeling good. Long exhales are feeling good. So I'm going to do that for a minute. Great. Feeling pretty settled, pretty strong. So I'm going to continue, and just very simply, I'm going to begin to basically like call on with my energy, maybe with some words, I don't know if I feel like doing that, maybe some sound. I'm going to call on basically the perfect container for this. So I'm feeling into the room. I'm asking for the room and all the beings connected to this room to harmonize. And to harmonize also with all of the different beings and spaces that might be listening in eventually to this video. So I'm feeling into all the directions. I'm asking that all my spiritual supports come, all those just right radiant ancestors and allies that want to play today. Play or witness. Nudge or guide. starting to feel this kind of big hug coming around me in the room, so that's a good sign. Just kind of listening to all these beings that are starting to come in. Welcome, sacred ones. So I'm here, I'm filming this video, and I'm here to, I don't know, reveal something. I don't know exactly everything that's being revealed, but I know that that much is true. So I ask for your assistance in helping that happen as gracefully and clearly as possible. We're here to encounter directly the energies behind the spell of victimhood that exists inside of my system, but also inside of so many other people. It's a massive, massive presence out in the world, and so I'm agreeing to work with the just right amount of whatever that is today that's good for my system and for everybody involved. I'm just going to get quiet for a moment now because there's a non-verbal prayer inside of my body. I'm going to let them feel that. Mm-hmm. So in general, I'm now feeling like I've been heard, and like the room, the field, the network of beings is beginning to respond, and we're all feeding each other now. So now I'm going to listen from this deeper place. So I'm relaxing the part of me that has a top-down orientation. Maybe likes to hang out here. A lot of the time we're relaxing that part and allowing other parts of my brain, other parts of my being to be in charge. So this is a lot more about allowing and listening than anything else. Allowing, listening, and then not stepping on my own toes as much as possible, not tripping myself in the process. So so a lot of energy coming in. If I were into labeling right now, I would call it rage. So I think this friend wants to help out. Something about this is really helping me. Someone's holding my hand over here. A lot of noise just wants to pour out, and I'm actually stopping myself a lot, because that's what I do. I'm working on that. Rinsing out. Rinsing out. Giving all those little demon babies a bath. All those little demon babies getting scrubbed by their mummies. My arm is getting tired, so allies, if you want to do the equivalent of whatever this is with whatever energy is available to you in that way, that would be great. that they want me to recognize myself as a tree. First, before I do that. Okay, what do you... Maybe it's not exactly a tree. Something... It's like sound waves, but with a very strong central meeting place. I can tell now I'm having a little bit, there's like a conceptual block somewhere. But just naming it seems to help. Now the spine wants to move. Yeah. And I'm not deciding anything, I'm feeling from my own sense of deep self, and then once that is being touched, everything else can organize around it. So I'm doing my best not to strain, although sometimes a kind of strong sensation in that way is exactly what's needed. So, nothing is thrown away. Okay. And now I'm just going to take a moment to feel from center to center. So from my sense of deep self or center, feeling into the center of the various kin and allies that are in the room, as well as maybe, I don't know what else, but center to center, we are connecting. Okay, interesting. So in addition to center, it also feels like there's an invitation to basically for everybody to just sit with all the, this spell of victimhood, this pattern of addiction to victimhood, for everybody to just sit with it as it is right now in the field with all these different beings, just sitting with it. Seeing a lot of images of like kind of tar, like spitting out tar. I don't really feel like that's happening for me, but I'm seeing it. Yeah, like maybe it doesn't have to even be that dramatic. Uh-huh. Yeah, putting the sunshine in your mouth. I think somebody is suggesting drawing with charcoal, which is not something I have right now, but maybe I'll do that another time. So now I'm gonna just feel in. It feels like we're close to the end. I'm feeling very connected and even. So, but I'm gonna check in one last time, see if there's anything else that needs to happen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody and everything that has been participating in this process, which is not a process that's only happening today or right now, but is ongoing. So may it benefit all beings everywhere. Yeah, it felt good to have my eyes closed a lot of that time, and now my system just wants to reorient in the room. Yeah, thanks to all my creative allies. So what I do now, after doing something like this, I'll then keep checking in, noticing, okay, how's it unfolding? Do I need to return to any of those things that came back in, right? Like, this was for whatever reason, this was like a big, helpful situation. Maybe I need to do that longer. Maybe it turns into something else. But also just in general, checking in on my system and in my life, like how is what's happened here showing up or continuing to talk to me just in my life. And by the way, I tried to film this 2 other times and had tech issues, and like a few days ago And in that span of time, all kinds of relevant moments and life experiences and conversations and all kinds of relevant things showed up right away. So, it depends on all kinds of factors, but pay attention to, what happens after you do something like this. Okay, thank you so much. Wishing you well. Bye.